Laker fans, how we doing, Laker fans? I'll tell you how Laker fans are doing. Oniket, I could cry. Bargain shopper, I think has her palm in her hand on her forehead. Might as well burn the finals fedora. Fire ham. Yeah, just kind of getting a feel for how everybody's feeling so far. Um, Facts over feelings. What the hell happened tonight? Um, okay. Looks like looks like we got a little bit of a understanding of how people are feeling so far tonight. I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Obviously, Lakers lose again. Um, I got some thoughts, Laker fans. I got some thoughts on this game. Um, got some thoughts on what kind of happens on Monday. Got some thoughts on what's the future look like for some players specifically on this Lakers team. So why don't I just get right into it, and I'll spend a little time getting into the specifics of this game. So, Lake fans came into the game obviously incredibly desperate. This is it, right? You're either going to make a push here and make this a series, or Denver is going to go up 3 games to none. I did not think it's just me. I don't know how you guys feel. I didn't think Lakers were losing this game. I really didn't. I thought coming in, I talked about it in the pregame show that it was a desperate. You knew you were going to get the Lakers probably their best shot. They were going to be desperate. You're going to have 20,000 Laker fans ready to go. You're already down 2-0. It's not like you got blown out in the first 2 games. So you obviously had some opportunities to win one of those first 2 games. That didn't happen. So, with all that being said, um, you would have thought that the Lakers would come out with a sense of urgency. Instead, it's the Denver Nuggets that come out with a sense of. Denver played like they were down 2-0. They took a 12-point lead in the first quarter. They were up 32-20, and I thought set the tone. And the Lakers had to play catch up the entire way. Now, look, the Lakers caught them. It was only a 3-point game by the time it was halftime. I think it was a 2-point game going into the fourth quarter. So it's not like Denver was up 15 the entire game, but the Lakers were always chasing the Nuggets the entire game. So that obviously is not ideal, and that's a bit of a surprise to me. I just didn't think that was going to be the case tonight, especially coming off the 2 losses and the way the Lakers lost those first 2 games. So Denver sets a tone. Lakers kind of fight, battle back, and then they take over in the fourth quarter. Lakers lose 119 to 108. Couple specifics that I want to get into. I'm going to do a little bit of the Nuggets first, and then we could all bitch and complain about the Lakers. First off, let me just say this: they're better than the Lakers. They just are. Um, I know it's easy to say that now, but they did some things in the first 2 games I thought was very impressive. They closed out games against the Lakers when it looked like, hey, are they going to crumble? Are they? Game one, I thought they're so lucky that the clock just ran out. Braun took a bad three. Um, I felt like they were lucky to walk away with game one. All right, game two, they took over. Jamal Murray had 23 points in the fourth quarter, and Lakers even came back in that one, but they still held on. So 2 close games, they win them both. They're up 2-0. This one tonight just solidified they're just a better team. Jamal Murray had 30 in the first half, 30, and only had 7 in the second half. Didn't score at all, actually, in the third quarter. So the Lakers actually did a really good job on him in the second half, but he had 30 in the first half, carried the Denver Nuggets in that first half. Second half, okay, you saw KCP hit some big shots. Bruce Brown is probably not talked about enough, has been very impactful for them. Michael Porter hit a couple shots. Jeff Green hit a big three in the quarter. I thought he had some big possessions. Um, Jokic was out in the third quarter with 7 minutes left to go. He was out with foul trouble. Jamal Murray didn't score in the third quarter, and the Lakers only won that quarter by 1 point. I thought that was your ball game. The fact that the Lakers went into the fourth quarter still down 2, with Jokic having 4 fouls with 7 minutes left to play. Jamal Murray not scoring in the third quarter, and here's Denver still with a lead. Um, I they're just listen, their stars have been better than the Lakers' stars. Jamal Murray might be the best player in the series, and the Joker's been really good as well, but he might be the best player in the series. So the stars have played better. The role players, I mean, all of them. I just mentioned Bruce Brown. KCP's had his moments. Michael Porter's had his moments. Aaron Gordon plays solid defense. Um, they've just been overall a better team, and they've been showing it. And tonight kind of solidified it for me that yeah, Denver's just a better team than the Lakers. Series is not done, but no team has obviously ever came back from down 0-3. Okay, so that's that portion. That's the Nuggets portion. I'm gonna get into Jamal Murray in just a second as well. But let me take a quick look of what some Laker fans are saying here. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Not good, Allen. All right. Um, we need therapy at this point. I'm here for you. Am I allowed to cry now? Absolutely. Um, all right. We're getting to a lot of D'Angelo Russell. Don't worry about that. Dlow will be one of my first ones that we get into. I want to get into the starting lineup as well. 1-2-3 Cancun. Do they go 1-2-3 Cancun or is it 3-2-1 Cancun? It's probably 1-2-3. I think you're right there. Cancun or Acapulco? It's a good question. It's a good question. All right. So let's do this. Let's spend a little bit of time on this. Okay. So Jamal Murray cooking the Lakers. Period. Cooking the Lakers has looked unbelievable, fantastic. However you want to put, it, he's looked unbelievable. He had 29 in the second half in Game 2. He had 30 in the first half in Game 1. So in 48 minutes of play, I'm sorry, in Game 3, in 48 minutes of play, he had 59 points. So Jamal Murray's been cooking the Lakers, absolutely cooking the Lakers. Okay, so I want to spend some time on this real quick. Coming into the game, I mentioned in the pregame show that I'd like to see some changes to the starting lineup. And I want to see the changes because there's just no margin for error. You have to win these games. You got to give people who are delivering, you got to give them PT. You got to give them the playing time. The guys who are not delivering, um, I'm sorry, but you don't have room to give them time. There's no time left. You're already down 0-2. So pregame, I was hoping to see some changes to that starting lineup. Michael Thompson talked about it going into game 2. He wanted to see Rui Hachimura in the starting lineup. I just wanted to see more size. Rui's still playing 30 plus minutes. So Rui's getting starter minutes even though he's not starting. How many minutes did Rui play tonight? 34 minutes. So Rui definitely playing starter minutes. I wish the Lakers had gone to a different starting lineup. I really do. I wish and maybe we'll see it in game 4, but it's probably too little too late. You got to now basically just play your best 5. Dennis Schroeder, Austin Reeves, LeBron, Rui Hachimura, and Anthony Davis. I think you got to just take your chances there. So as far as the lineups go, I think that part is interesting. And I'm not going to really argue it because the Lakers have obviously the way they're losing some of these games. There's certain players that just should not be on the court. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna spend some time talking about I think the player everybody wants to talk about here real quick. So D'Angelo Russell. Dlow is really hurting his stock right now in the playoffs, especially this series against the Denver Nuggets. Somebody corrected me on Twitter. I put out a tweet saying Dlow doing nothing for the team. I can't remember what I put out there. And somebody said you can't be a non-factor because a non-factor means you're just not contributing. D'Low's not a non-factor. D'Lo's hurting the team while he's in the game. Coming into this game today, he was a minus 41. Was D'Angelo Russell when he's in the game? He was a minus 41. He's definitely not helping his stock tonight. I know D'Angelo Russell is going to be a free agent at the end of the year, but before we even talk about that, I'm having a difficult time giving D'Angelo Russell significant playing time. Now he only played 20 tonight. 20's not a lot of minutes. Um, Lonnie Walker and D'Angelo Russell basically played the same amount of minutes. Lonnie played 19, D'Lo played 20. He was 1 of 8 from the field, 1 of 6 from the 3-point line, had 3 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. You could tell it's in his head that he's just having trouble contributing for the Lakers. When the Lakers traded for D'Angelo Russell, the idea and the concept was not for him to be a role player. He's supposed to be the third best player on this team, supposed to take some pressure off of LeBron James. 18 and 6, something like that. I think every Laker fan would be like, all right, perfect. That's all you got to do. This series, he's been awful, awful for the Lakers. And he's also a liability on the defensive side. So it's a terrible combination. He has not been good for the Lakers. And, we obviously now find ourselves in an 0-3 hole. And the question is, how much D'Angelo Russell can you actually play right now? And I think the answer is not that much. I think at this point, it's as simple as this. If he's hitting his shots and he's contributing, cool. If he's not, all right, you got to pull him. Think D'Lo starts next game? I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't. We know what a dog, just an absolute dog, Dennis Schroeder is. He plays hard. He does everything he can to help you try to win a ball game. So, you're asking me if I think he should be starting. My answer to you is no. Let's see what else we got here. D'Lo playing like Jordan Poole. It's a decent comp. D'Lo's making $30 million. 30. Yeah, they're going to have some decisions to make in the offseason on D'Angelo Russell. Let's see what else we got here. Is the title window closed with Braun and AD? I think it's going to depend on what they do in the offseason, right? By the way, they could bring everybody back and still be very competitive. I mean, remember, they just put the team together how long ago? At the trade deadline. This might be true. This might be true. No, you'll see it again. Don't worry. You'll see it again. See what we got here. D'Lo sucks. All right, there's going to be obviously conversation about D'Angelo Russell. That will continue, but for me, everything's got to be production now. If you're producing, you get PT. If you're not producing, then you got to kind of take your chances with the guys that are producing. All right, let's see a couple other things I want to get into. AD 28 and 18, but I think there's a lot of times you feel AD, and then there's other times where you don't feel AD. Braun continues to struggle from 3 of 9 from the 3-point line, 8 of 19 from the field, 23 points, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds. Had to play 43 minutes for the Lakers. So, I think the highlights for the Lakers continue to be Austin Reeves. Rui Hachimura has been playing well. Remember, those two guys are going to be free agents in the offseason. Dennis Schroeder is going to be a free agent in the offseason. So Lakers will have some decisions to make, but as of right now, not looking all that good. Phil, I want to hear your thoughts on the coach. I think Darvin Ham has done a great job in the playoffs. I think against Denver, I have not liked some of his lineups that he's gone with. I hated the lineup in game 1 when they went small. That made no sense to me at all, especially playing Denver. And then kind of what we've just talked about here, I want to see him just use the players that are producing more. And maybe, I think this could be the reason why D'Lo's getting as many opportunities as he is. I think there's a little bit of we need him to score. They need offense, and they're not going to win many of these games unless he is producing. So I think he's hoping that they produce or that he produces, and that has not been the case. All right, see what else we got here. AD proves he's a gamer. AD is a, or Reeves proves he's a gamer. Austin Reeves is a freaking G. He really is. He's the man. And this isn't one of those guys where Laker fans just like him to like him. No, they like him and he produces. So he's doing everything for the Lakers. Let's win just one game. Well, I will tell you this, Matt. Um, it's the only way you put any pressure on the Denver Nuggets, and they had some pressure in game one at the end of the game. They had some pressure in game two at the end of the game, but they've responded in both of those games. So pressure has not been really there for Denver, or it hasn't seemed to bother them. As for winning one game, I'm with you. Just send it back to Denver, and you never know what could happen. But I don't think there's too many Laker fans that are confident right now that that the series is going to be extended too much longer. We're not winning Monday. They can win one game. See what else we got here. Agree with that. I agree with that. Let's see what else we got here. Every team in the league will want Reeves. He's going to get paid. He's going to get paid, and he should. He's done enough. He really has done enough to attract a lot of attention. All right, let's see what we got here. We're winning Monday. Where do we go from here on? Obviously, the season is over. So what do we do? I kind of want to wait on that. I don't want to talk about the end of the season until we get to the end of the season. So to be completely honest with you, I'd rather just let the dust settle. You're going to kind of hear what their comments are after and everything else. I'd rather wait for that. I will say, the reality is a couple months ago, I definitely did not think Lakers are going to get in the Western Conference Finals, but they are here. And what could happen, think about this. We're talking about Lakers and Celtics, and it could be Lakers and Celtics in the finals and blah, blah, blah. Here we are now. Miami is already up 2-0 on the Celtics, and they're going home tomorrow. And then here are the Lakers down 0-3. So that one's definitely tough to swallow. I enjoy watching the Celtics lose. I just didn't know the Lakers would be getting dominated the way they're getting dominated so far. All right, a couple more of these comments, and then we are going to call it a day and call it a weekend. Put Rui on Jokic, come back 0-3. All right, we got some Laker fans. They got some faith. They got some hope. All right, nothing wrong with that. Okay, I'll say this as we get ready for Monday is going to be game 4. So again, not much of a turnaround here. The only way I think they make these, Denver is just playing free, and the role players are comfortable. Their stars are comfortable. They're hitting big shots. Michael Malone keeps talking about nobody's respecting us, and I don't know if he's saying that on purpose just to kind of rile his team up, or he really believes that. Maybe a little bit of both. But I definitely think there's a little bit of watching this Lakers team. They're probably incredibly discouraged right now, and the only thing that I could think of to send this thing back to Denver is just not giving a what in game 4. Go out there and play loose. Let defense kind of be your foundation. Hope that the Denver Nuggets take their foot off the gas just strictly because they have a 3-0 lead. That's the only thing that I could really think of for upcoming, game 4. LeBron and Anthony Davis have to dominate. The Stars so far, they're on the other side. Denver's 2 big players have played better than the 2 stars for the Los Angeles Lakers, and You got to give them a lot of credit because I certainly did not think that was going to be the case. I mean, I knew Joker was going to be great. I knew AD was going to be great, but I just did not have any idea. I didn't think Jamal Murray would be this good. I knew he'd be good, but I didn't think he'd be this good. Nuggets just too good. Maybe it's just as simple as that. All right, Laker fans. I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. I'm done for tonight. I'll be back on Monday, post game show. Hopefully, this thing isn't a wrap, but that could very well be the case. So I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend tomorrow, and please subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed. Thanks, Laker fans. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night.